officers.
Kevin Gallagher, CTV National News. Prime Minister, so you've talked today about the need for reform within the RCMP. You've said you're disturbed by the arrest dashcam video of Chief Adam, while the Wood Buffalo RCMP found the actions of the officers reasonable and not really worthy of further investigation. We've also heard comments from top brass within the RCMP questioning whether there's systemic racism in the force. Do you still have confidence in the top leadership of Canada's National Police Force to make the necessary reforms that you say are needed?
The events that have been brought to light over the past days highlight that, without question, there is systemic discrimination within our institutions, including within the RCMP. We need to move forward to correct that, and I continue to have confidence in Commissioner Luckey for the changes that she's made already within the force and the more changes we need to make quickly to ensure that the women and men who serve in our police forces across the country, including the RCMP, can better serve their fellow Canadians, particularly Indigenous and racialized Canadians. Okay. I
continue to trust Commissioner Luckey for what she's done, for the changes she'll bring, but we see there's no doubt that there's a problem of systemic discrimination inside our institutions, our police force, including the RCMP, and we must address it, and it's exactly what we're going to do.
With the Globe and Mail, following up on that question, given that Commissioner Luckey still has to learn what systemic racism is she not an impediment to the swift reforms that you say are needed?
I think there are an awful lot of people who are learning just this week what systemic racism actually is and what it means for racialized Canadians, for Indigenous Canadians. There are some deep changes we need to make in our institutions, and we need to work with people who want to make those changes, who want to be part of the solution, and I know Commissioner Luckey is one of those.
One of the reasons why Canadians can dismiss the existence of systemic racism and dismiss these incidents as anecdotes and one-offs is because your government has not mandated the collection and release of disaggregated police use of force data. Will you do that, and when?
We have made significant steps over the past years on the collection of disaggregated data. We need race-based data to be able to understand exactly what's going on, whether it's in our communities, whether it's with policing, whether it's in financial sectors. Understanding the vulnerability that certain Canadians face in a systemic way is extremely important, which is why we have moved forward on disaggregated data, but why we will need to continue to do much more to better understand how our systems are unfair towards certain Canadians, particularly Black Canadians, Indigenous Canadians, and racialized Canadians.
So will you release
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.